Writers love to talk about the box office slump, right? But what box office slump? 2006 was actually a stellar year for the studios. Maybe not for the new moviegoers, but they were up 5%, bringing in $9.4 billion in ticket sales. But what will 2007 bring? Will the orgy of sequels that include favorites from Die Hard to Spider-Man all succeed? Will Michael Bay's big-budget Transformers film be the success that we all want it to be? Yippee-ki-yay, mother... Sorry, it's a loop. Joining us tonight, film reporter for USA Today, Anthony Breznican is back for some Loop madness, and David Poland, editor for MovieCityNews.com. Gentlemen, welcome to the old show, and of course, The Loop. Pleasure to have you here. David, I'd like to start with you because we were talking about this just minutes ago. March really marks the return of the Turtles. Everybody's excited, but is this just nostalgia? I mean, are we going to get cotton candy, CGI, kiddie fodder, or is this something that everybody will love and be able to enjoy?
It could be Pokemon 6. I mean, it could be just crap. And it really depends on the movie. I mean, ultimately, if the movie's great, it's going to be a success. And, you know, there is a spirit to the Turtles that's terrific, but there's also a good chance it's an absolute piece of crap. Suckage.
Suckage, as some polls might say. Anthony, what do you think? Is this going to be Supreme or Suckage?
I think it's a movie made for kids, and kids will watch a movie that's colorful and exciting backwards and say that it was great. So this isn't a movie for parents. Parents will drop their kids off, maybe go see something else.
But don't you think, I mean, the movie does look sort of dark, Anthony. I mean, when we're looking at pieces of the trailer, it seems like they're going for a more mature theme with the animation. Could they not, perhaps? Is there any potential in your mind that they could actually attract and target both parents and their kids?
Well, I know they probably considered making the art house Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but no, I don't think there's much chance. I think
they have to. I mean, ultimately, if they don't find adults, if they don't find teenagers, they're going to make $40 million, and they don't want to make $40 million in this movie. They want to make $150.
True.
And to do that, you really have to appeal to teenagers and, you know, get the college kids interested too.
But this has always been a franchise that has been outrageous, insane. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they love pizza, they do kung fu. It's just something that's too bizarre for grown-up
Leonardo
minds.
leads, by the way. Let's not forget Donatello. He does the machines. But
right.
that's good for them. Now, but, you know, aside from Mutant Turtles, that's fine. They live in sewers. They have a rat who's their master. Unbelievable. Pirates, Spider-Man, and Shrek. All unbelievable franchises as well, and they're coming out in May. Can they all compete with each other? I mean, David, isn't that too much too soon, all at the same time?
It is a lot in a few weeks. I think the most any month has ever created for movies that have been released is like $1.4 billion, and those three movies, their last versions, did like $1.2 billion. Between the way movies are now, it's like 2 weeks of time, and then it's over. So Spider-Man has 2 weeks before Shrek. Shrek has a week before Pirates. And they may be able to do huge business and get out of each other's way.
Anthony, what do you think? Is Shrek going to pose any sort of a threat to a Spider-Man? And does Pirates have to worry about either of those movies?
Well, I think Pirates is the one that has to worry the most because a lot of people were disappointed with that movie. Even though it made more money than any other film this year, you know, people left feeling, you know, let down.
See, I think a lot of people in L.A. and New York and critics didn't like that movie. But when you do $400 million, they like the movie. Yeah. The idea that somehow you can do that kind of business and people really don't like the movie is kind of suckage.
People in New York and L.A. strongly dislike that movie, but even across the country, you know, you talk to people. I've talked to people, friends of mine who are not in the business at all, who are in Pittsburgh and Tucson. They did not care much for that movie. They were let down by it. They wanted to like it.
Well, there was a movie franchise that I think everybody loved, no matter what coast you're on, and of course it's Die Hard. And, you know, traditional movie action franchise, Bruce Willis is getting a little bit up there, David. I mean, do these types of movies still work? I mean, yeah, to say the least.
Well, this was actually written by the guy who wrote Terminator 2, so it could be Die Hard with a Terminator.
I'm okay with that. Okay with that. It's like Bruce Willis has an exoskeleton, but I think right now he's got arthritis.
Die Hard on Jurassic.
He has a balding exoskeleton. It's fabulous.
Yeah. No,
but, you know, the thing is, though, if it works, you know, everybody loves the franchise, and if it's a good movie, they'll go. Die Hard 2 sucked. Die Hard 3 sucked. So, you know, this one, it has to not suck. It's a challenge.
I think Die Hard has been played out by so many other movies. Die Hard in a submarine. Die Hard in a hot air balloon. This Die Hard will have to do something dramatically different to catch audiences. It's not same old John McClane trapped somewhere fighting bad guys.
Right.
It really has to reinvent that. You know, the director of this movie told me that they were taking pitches for the script for Die Hard 4, and one of the screenwriters came in and said, "Why don't we do Die Hard in a giant building?" But hello, that was like that was Die Hard 1.
Nakatomi Plaza, and that was the first.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. All right, let's
that's
talk
how far
let's talk
they've
film
come.
adaptations real quickly here, because all eyes are looking at Transformers now. David, do you think Michael Bay is going to succeed?
Well, you know, the trailer they put out actually looks much better than anybody expected. So
Right.
it looks like a summer movie. It looks like, you know, Pearl Harbor with machines. So who knows?
All right, and now, Anthony, what about The Simpsons here? Because some people are saying that, you know, from the trailers that we've seen, this looks like it could just be a lackluster episode of The Simpsons dragged out to an hour and a half.
Well, a lackluster episode of The Simpsons is still funnier than most sitcoms. So this could be a huge failure. It could be a huge success. It's hard to say until you see enough of the movie to judge it on what a movie is, and the difference between a movie and a television can be pretty dramatic.
All right, Anthony, let's
you're not
judge some
gonna-
movies we haven't even seen yet. Then, very quickly, pick a winner and a loser for 2007. Let's hear it.
Let's see, a winner for 2007, Pirates of the Caribbean 3, a loser, anybody who has too high expectations for Pirates 3.
All right, David, your thoughts on that one?
I'm one of those losers, apparently.
Okay.
I think Pirates 3 is going to be the #1 movie this summer, and I think the movie that's in most danger is probably Hairspray. Will we be ready
Is
for
it really
John
in
Travolta
danger?
in
Are
drag?
there people biting their nails waiting for Hairspray?
Well, that's exactly the problem. Do you really want to see John Travolta in drag, or have you already seen it?
Thank you. I think it was on PerezHilton.com a couple months ago. But either way, thank you, gentlemen, for joining
Thanks.
us in the loop. Anthony and David, thanks for keeping us in the loop there. All right, I think 2007, it's going to be a solid year. You know, it'll be fine, but I hope that the movie-going experience itself will actually get better, because you got the 50 tickets, the crowds, the cell phones, the crying babies, the sticky floor. I say corral the babies, feed them the cell phones, and stick them to the floor during like a matinee showing of Blood Rain 2, if it even makes it out. Problem solved for the rest of the Cineplex. It's good thinking. I know. You can take that one to the bank. Things that make you go, yeah.
Attack of the Show with Evan, only on G4.